Hello, welcome to a really special edition of Restore Honor and Integrity to Bensalem. This is pretty much at the Dems and anyone in this town who gives anything for this town, that really truly cares for this town like I do. Right now I'm pretty ticked. And you're not going to like me this way. I'm really trying to be as kind and Christ-like as possible here. To the Dems, I have been willing to put aside the past, especially the slander on the part of certain people who only the chair of the BDO knows about and still will. However, this keeps up with the unwillingness to do anything, especially concerning with some of the stuff you guys are already aware of. And if I do get any more accusations of the things I've gotten from them, there's going to be legal action. Right now, what's really concerning me is the complete unwillingness to do anything concerning the overwhelming evidence and opportunity that you guys have to make a difference in this town. It really makes me sick. And what I'm talking about is just the two articles that were in the Philadelphia Inquirer, both yesterday and today. If you don't know about it, go look it up. There's basically overwhelming evidence. If you even go to, if any of you are a lawyer, you go on justia.com, that's justia.com, and look up in the search engine they have there, Bensalem Township or Dave Jerry. You're going to see there's a lawsuit that Dave Jerry has filed against the township. Yes, one of quite a few. And you're going to see in this, there's a case number. If you've got access to looking up these complete cases online, I know that there's a way of doing it. And it's legal. Look this up. Look up the whole thing, and you're going to see in there the judge's deep concern over the fact that 4 people are unwilling to answer questions because they're pretty much afraid that they're going to incriminate themselves. Those 4 people, the mayor, Fred Horan, Pat Ponticelli, and a police detective named Monahan. Now, my big question is, in light of this, what are these 4 doing still on the job? I mean, anybody worth their salt, they'd be suspended. They'd be suspended until this whole thing takes care of itself with this judge investigating them. And there needs to be an outside, completely impartial investigation of the mayor, Horan, and Ponticelli, as far as I'm concerned, and many other concerned citizens will say the same thing. Now, I'm stating this to the Dems, and you not only need to hear it, but act on it and do so now. Because if you fail to do so, you're not only fools, but you're the ones part of the problem. And I'm not gonna give you any more info. Do me a favor and get up off your collective keisters. Start asking questions and demand action in regards to this. Again, I'm talking about what was in the paper just today and yesterday. Demand some action. Go to the next council meeting. I believe it's this coming Monday. Start asking why these men are still on the job, as I was saying before. Also, ask why they've got Neil Morris as the attorney representing them when they've got a more than capable attorney from the township's own insurance company doing this. Something called conflict of interest here, I do believe. And Brian Allen, do me a favor, start doing the job you were elected to, and demand to see all the info concerning this lawsuit that the Jerrys filed against the township. I'm not saying be mean here, and I'm not being mean. If you think that, you're wrong, and you and I need to have a face-to-face talk. I'm just asking. Ask your colleagues in the next council meeting. Say, hey, I'd like to see this info concerning the Jerry's lawsuit. Also, while you're at it, ask them to give you something in writing stating that the paid fire department 222 is exempt from following the Fair Labor Standards Act, otherwise known as the Garcia Act. It is basically a federal law that says clearly, and I'm putting it in layman's terms here, I'm paraphrasing it. It basically states that no one can volunteer in the same township as a firefighter and then work as a paid firefighter within that same township. You can't do both at the same time. It's double dipping. And what I would do is, regardless, when you get this, if you get it, regardless, go to the labor board in Philly and file a complaint. Because if you don't, somebody else will. If you need to know what this is, Brian, either ask Joe Cummins about it, because I've shared it with him. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to talk, or look it up yourself. Also, speaking of which, too, and this is even something I'd love to know, because I just got made aware of this. When that pileup happened, I noticed a really nice shiny red fire engine that had 222 and all nice stuff all over it. I'm wondering about that. Brian, I think you need to ask them how in the world they conveniently managed to find the money for that new engine. They've only had that for a few weeks because from what I've been able to examine of the budget, the money wasn't there. And in case anybody's wondering, about the pileup, you know, the one that happened on Valentine's Day, that was a nasty pileup. And I'll tell you right now, I am very thankful to the Lord that nobody got killed. I prayed that nobody would die from that, and I thank God he answered. Guys, you've got a golden opportunity here to make a difference, so please do so. That's all I'm saying. Just take the time and do so. This not only goes for the Dems, but anybody in this town that cares about what's going on in this town, that is sick and tired of the corrupt establishment Republicans trying to do anything they want whenever they want. This is not how the Republican Party is supposed to be. And in case there are any naysayers out there who are part of the establishment Republican problem, I got news for you. I'm pro-life, pro-faith, and pro-family. I'm the best type of Republican you can find out there. And I'm your worst nightmare. I'm a constitutionalist Republican. Tea Party if you want. And if that's something that both sides here don't like, too bad. I always strive to be friends with everybody. And I don't hate anyone or anything. So for anybody to even hint that is lying. Because they don't know me. And if you want to debate me on this, you're welcome to disagree. I don't care if you disagree. That's fine. But before you start slamming me, have facts to back it up, and why don't you have the guts to meet with me and let's discuss this. I've made this clear before. You just contact me on the blog, either blogs, Facebook, or my other one, or at my email of Yael, that's Jael, number 4, Yeshua, at AIM.com. And let's get together. Meet at Dunkin' Donuts for coffee. I've got plenty of evidence. Let's have it. Nobody's been willing to meet with me because you've been too cowardly up until this point. So let's start. You really care about this town? Start looking this up for yourself. And Sal Panto, a.k.a. Michelle Calton, I hope I'm wrong on that. But you sure as anything don't know me. And you sure as anything have no, how shall I put this, idea or clue as to what it means to be an honorable first responder. If you are a first responder, you have no honor. Just because somebody does something behind closed doors, like commit adultery and or commit criminal acts, which includes stealing and beating one's significant other, doesn't make you a cop, doesn't make you any kind of first responder. You don't get to have that job. If there was a way to legally fire you, I would hope it would come up in a law, because you don't deserve the job you have. My advice to you, if you're pulling that kind of garbage, is repent and stop it. If you're doing something criminal, turn yourself the heck in. As I said before, you've got a golden opportunity on this, so do it and do it now. Ta-ta.